Hello, you're very welcome to Gerry's DIY. Today I'm going to show you a very simple trick to get your heating working again if you've run out of oil. If you can't afford a fill of oil or you can't get a delivery of oil for 2 or 3 days, this is a very simple fix and it'll get you moving again. So to get this going, what I'm simply going to do is put a tank connector, a bulkhead fitting in the bottom of this 5-gallon oil drum. I'm going to put a valve on it and set it up in such a way so that the connection from this will connect straight into a standard domestic oil furnace or oil burner. Okay, so this is very simple. Just pick a position somewhere close to the bottom on your 5-gallon drum. Keep it away from any seams and don't go too near the bottom because it needs to be a square fit. So I'm just going to pick a spot on this. I'll highlight it in red marker. So we've got a seam down the middle of this one. I don't want to go near that. And we've got another seam going this way. So somewhere in the middle where that mark is. So I don't know if you can see that, but that cross marks where I'm going to do it. And I've literally just eyeballed it. Okay, so I've got a mark on this down near the bottom and not too close to any seams. Okay, and I'm just going to drill a hole in it now. Just going to start it this way. Okay, so there's the hole in it. Now, if I go in too far, that's it. You know, it's bopped. Now I've got the hole almost there. I just need to increase it by one notch on this stepper bit. Next size up. So what we're looking to do is make an emergency tank. You know, you've run out of oil in your heating system, you can't get a delivery for 2 or 3 days, whatever, or you've no money, whatever it is. This is a very easy way. You can just, you know, go down to your local garage, your local service station, fill up with kerosene, come back, connect it up, you know, and you've got several hours worth of heat. So very easy and for very little money as well. So we're talking, you know, just a tank connector, which is a bulkhead fitting in the States, and a 5-gallon drum. Now the drum can be as big as you like. This is just something very portable for me. I use these for getting heating systems going before the oil arrives. You know, so if I put in a new heating system, a new boiler, and I want to fire it up, you know, I go along with one of these things, hook it up to the boiler or the burner and fire it up. You know, I don't have to wait for the builder or whoever to get oil. I just arrive with my own. Okay, so look, I've drilled a hole in it, just slightly bigger than the fitting. Now, that's the fitting in that way. Obviously, the fitting's going to have to go in from the inside, but it's only got a small top. So I'm going to show you how I do that. It's actually very easy to do. Here we go. Okay, so obviously, if I drop that in there, in through the hole, I'm not going to be able to get it, you know, get at it to kind of push it through. So I've got a bit of 10mm pipe. This is coated copper. It could be a piece of wire, heavy gauge wire or something like that. And what I'm looking to do is just push that into the back, like that. And I'm looking to fish that down and get it to come out the bottom, you know, get it to come out the hole. And it's going to look like that. Now, obviously, if I tip that, it's going to fall off, okay? But if I turn this upside down, you know, a bit like that, you know, I can get that in. So let's turn it around to where the hole is. Okay, so let's just show you the setup. Okay, so that's sticking out. And the deal is now, when I put it back on the table, it's easy for me to maneuver that. You know, it can't fall off, and I can pull that back out. So a little bit of maneuvering. There you go, not hard at all, you know. So I'm just going to hold the fitting now and take that back out. So there we go, look, fitting is through. Now obviously it won't seal at that, so we've got to put the back nut on. Now if I was going to use that washer, I would have put it on the inside, not on the outside. But I'm not going to use it at all. So we're just going plastic on the inside. I haven't put a plastic washer in there, it's just metal to plastic and metal again. So I'm just going to screw this on. Hopefully you can hear me, it's raining here. Maybe some sleet. Okay, so that's the nut beginning to go on. Okay, so we're most of the way there now at the moment. The hard part is really drilling the tank. Okay, so I'm just going to tighten this up. This is just by hand at first. Let me turn it this way. So look, if I put a spanner on this and I tighten it, the whole thing spins. And if I try and hold it by hand, I can't, you know. So I'm just going to hold it with the pump pliers on the thread. Now I know this is kind of sacrilege, but It's kind of what I have to do. Now, so long as we don't wreck the tread. So look, I'm holding the tread. I've got a skinny spanner, 24 mil, and you just tighten the nuts out of it, literally. Okay, so that's it. That's part of the way now. So look, we've got a nut, we've got tank connector through, it's nice and tight. Now we have to put the valve on. And that's why I got a valve with treads on the inside, you know, for threaded pipe. So we're going to put it with the lever sticking out the way. So look, if I just tighten that on, these are parallel treads, they're not tapered. So I'm going to use lots of PTFE. So look, we're going to just tighten it on like this. But to seal it now, we're going to have to use some thread tape. Now, look away, anybody who thinks you can just get away on 3 wraps of tape. I can't. It's a parallel thread, it's quite loose, even when it's on, you know, all the way up. So 3 wraps of this isn't going to do it. So I just go mental on this. You can put as much on as you want. You can do trial and error on it. But look, wind it up the way, up the thread, like this. Okay, so what I do now is I'm going to fell the thread by allowing the PTFE, rather than be, you know, wide, I'm going to just make it thread-like and get stuck into threads, because when this goes on, I want it to stay in position and I don't want it to leak. Okay, so that's it. I've got the tank connector in nice and tight, and I'm just going to put the valve on. Now, if the whole thing starts turning, just take the valve off it and go tighter on your tank connector. Not that hard. So there we go. Now, you don't want to tighten it all the way on with the handle because it'll just bend. And I'm looking in to see if the whole thing is turning, because I can't see it with the valve on. So we're nice and tight now, coming up to it now. There you go, I've got the valve square. You know, you can hold it with the valve and it doesn't rotate. So that's it, we're most of the way there now. So now I need the fitting. Now bear in mind, I'm looking to connect this up not to water, but to an actual oil burner. I'll show you that in a second, but here's the fitting we're going to use. Again, more thread tape. This is 1/2 inch by 10 mil. You know, straight coupler. Okay, and I'm only putting thread tape on the 1/2 inch side of it. So it winds up in the direction of the thread, as though you're tightening it on. So in this case, it's that way. Now, parallel thread, so it's quite loose, you know, and thread tape is cheap. Right, so there we go. That's just going to go in here. And I'm not sure that this size spanner fits. No, it doesn't. Okay, so an adjustable spanner. And we'll just tighten this. I'm going to allow the whole thing to go square now for me. And that's it. Now, so this is how I'm going to use it. Let me just clear the bench for a second. Okay. Hopefully you can see this now. This is a yellow burner. So it's not a new one, but the setup is the same. So it has this sort of a hose on it, and it just connects on. So if I'd run out of oil and I come along here with a tank full of oil, and in the next video I'll actually fire this and I'll show you how to fix airlocks and such. But all I would do is tighten that nut, and that's it, it's ready to go. So now that I have my oil line connected, all I would do then to get oil to flow is I'd open this, the valve, and let the oil go down into it. Now there's a procedure for shifting airlocks and so on, and I'll cover that in another video, so this video is not too long. So there you go, look, this is a very easy setup. I've just put a tank connector, a bulkhead fitting into this 5-gallon drum, half-inch lever valve, and a 10mm by half-inch straight coupler. And that's it, 3 items into the tank. And I just drilled a hole big enough for the tank connector to go through the oil drum. But what it means now is that if you ran out of oil, or you're just looking to commission a system, whatever it may be, or you haven't got the money to buy oil, it doesn't matter, whatever. You can put one of these things together very cheaply and you can reuse it. You can leave it permanently connected to the system and just keep topping it up, you know, if you just want to, you know, go down and buy 3 or 5 gallons at a time, whatever. But look, hopefully this helps somebody. In the next video, I'm going to show how to get rid of airlocks, how to get the system up and running again once you've gone down and got your oil. So I'm going to leave it there for now. If you like the video, please thumbs up, subscribe down here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now, good luck.